Alright, it's time for another Tuesday Treadmill Talks. I have a few things to talk about. First of all, haven't worked out in a couple days because I hurt my back at work on Saturday. So I couldn't even work Sunday. It hurt just so bad. I sat at home and played video games, which I'll get into in a second because there's some important things to talk about there. So yeah, this is my first time doing really any exercise for the past couple days, so bear with me. Let's get into the video games. I bought a Switch. Yes, that happened. I finally got a fucking Switch. Can rant about getting the Switch and how much time I've had to wait is coming up this week. So yeah, another can rant. You people love those fucking things. So yeah, bought a couple games for it. I bought Splatoon 2. That was the first game I bought for it, because my girlfriend wanted to play Splatoon 2. I thought it'd be a co-op game, but it's not. So that sucks. But hey, it's a fun game that she can play. I also bought Breath of the Wild, of course, the game that everyone buys for the Switch, and I love it. It's a great game. Otherwise, PlayStation-wise, I've made it to rank 80 in Star Wars Battlefront. So 20 more ranks to go, and then I'm completed the online and 2 achievements. I got the achievement for 10 Fighter Squadron kills in one game by accident. I was playing as a ship I don't usually play as. I was playing as like an A-Wing. No, I was playing as a TIE Interceptor. And I got 8 of the 10 kills. And I got another 2 playing as Slave 1. So yeah. That was fun. I was really happy with that. I like when I get an achievement by accident. But that only leaves 2 online achievements to go. One of them is, of course, from the original game, which is trample 25 players with an ATST and multiplayer. I've got to be getting close, because I've got to have at least like 12 since I bought the game. And then also from the Scarif Rogue One DLC, reach rank 100. And the other few achievements I have in that game are all single player. Mostly survival achievements, which I just haven't gotten around to doing because I don't like playing on master difficulty. I find it tedious. So there was that. Going on to other stuff. Reading. I finished a Star Wars book, a Legends book, that all of you have been requesting for a long time for me to review. It's my #1 most requested video, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. Some of you probably already know, but that review will be coming out this week. So I started a new Star Wars book, Kenobi. Another very requested review. I'm enjoying it. I'm only a few chapters in. Also, I'm listening to Battlefront 2 Inferno Squadron by Christy Golding. I'm like 8 or 9 chapters into that audiobook just from listening to it yesterday while doing things. It's really short. It's only a 10-hour audiobook. So I'm 3+ hours in now. So yeah. Been working on that. An update about the camera, because I might as well get to that before I stop today. Camera, I've decided for the time being to switch to a GoPro. Now, I've shit on GoPros in the past because up until the Hero 5 Black, they were kind of useless to me. I've used them several times. With a GoPro, I don't like the fisheye lens, for one thing. I don't think it suits YouTube very well for videos that I do. But the 5 doesn't have that so much, or it's more customizable in its options. The mic is shit, but they make an adapter so I can plug a Rode mic into it. So I'm probably gonna do that. It will work better for Tuesday Treadmill Talks. I won't have to do it on this fucking phone anymore. I put it up here more, and you wouldn't have to look so much higher at me than you do already. It also shoots in 4K, which I wouldn't be doing right away. I know I've been saying that I want to shoot in 4K. My Mac will not handle editing in 4K. It will not finalize in 4K. It will finalize in 1080p. So I can just shoot in 1080p for the time being until I finish building my PC. And with my PC built, I can start editing that stuff in 4K. Now, is this the camera I'm going to use for everything? No. I am still going to... There's a $2,000 camera from Panasonic that I really want for cinematography. I don't do enough cinematography right now. That being said, this time next year, I'm going to start doing more short films and stuff. Which leads me to my next thing. I shot this idea in the groups. My group chat of admins, a few of them responded about this. Geeksack and I talked about it in a Skype call, which is I'm thinking about starting a Patreon. Now, I don't want to just start a Patreon if it's going to offend you guys, because I do this shit for free, pretty much. Free of charge. I spend a lot of money on it. Not as much now, but with the hauls and stuff. But, with that being said, I work a job that's slightly over minimum wage. I can't afford always to buy new equipment. So, my Patreon, in theory, would throw some money towards the channel itself. Whether that be buying new cameras, new microphones for like my podcast backpedalers, which I need to finish editing episode 2 of that. That'll probably be tomorrow. Just fucking hard drives, a lot of stuff. And then eventually, if it takes off, I gain a bigger subscriber base, you start throwing money into the little independent short films I want to start making for the channel. I've been really brainstorming and wanting to do stuff like the channel was originally meant to do when I made that Zombies Ate My Neighbors trailer. It's supposed to be for little short skits and little short films. And I don't know. That's why I want to shoot this on Tuesday Treadmill Talks. Because, for one thing, not all of you watch Tuesday Treadmill Talks. But enough of you do that I think I can get a decent response out of it. So, why don't you comment down below if you want to support a Patreon account for me. And I've already come up with some perks that would be more of a surprise if you all are for me getting a Patreon, that I think are humorous perks. Not like fuck you perks, but like just weird things that I wouldn't necessarily put on my channel, but if it's a Patreon thing, then yeah, I'll show it off. So, anyway, that's all the time I have for today. I'll see you next week for another Tuesday Treadmill Talks.